Hey everybody, how's it going? Stoudman coming right back at you again today, and today I'm going to be talking about some more pickups that I made, and this time there's one DVD, and the rest are Blu-rays. Yay! But great stuff from, let's see here, Mercari, Amazon, Mercari, Amazon, and eBay. So again, we got Mercari, Amazon, and eBay, which have been big ones for me in the last month or so. Yeah, definitely the last month. Not the last month or two, but the last month in particular. So, yeah, been hitting it big on eBay, been hitting it big on Mercari. Gotta keep going with those if I can still find some really good deals on there. So, that's exactly what I'm doing. Also, obviously, buying stuff off of Amazon when I can find it for a really good price. So, yeah. With that said, let's just show you one and only thing I got on eBay and the one and only DVD I got. And that would be 12 action films. This is an Echo Bridge multi-pack, multi-movie release that I didn't even know existed until like a week or two ago. When I found out about it because of Mercari, actually. Somebody was selling it for way too much money, by the way, on Mercari. But when I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute, one of those titles is out of print. Or if it's not out of print, it's really hard to find. And yeah, I knew that this particular title, I don't know if you can pick it out just by looking at the cover here, but this particular title had been on some multi-pack sets in the past, and because it's been out of print and hard to find, those sets have gone up in value to like astronomical prices, like $30 in some cases, like on Amazon. So I was just like, I wonder if I can find this for cheaper. I wonder if I'm not the only one who doesn't know this exists. You know what I mean? Sure enough, it was on eBay for $5 freaking dollars, which it's a pretty good deal if you can get the one title I'm thinking of for $5. I mean, I've so rarely ever see it in the wild or otherwise that it's just, you got to get it when you can, especially considering how good of a movie it is and the fact that Ben Affleck is the bomb in it. Okay, you've probably figured it out. It's Phantoms. Phantoms. Now, obviously, the first thing I ever heard about Phantoms was the line from, what was it, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where they say Ben Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms. Yeah, I knew of the joke. I didn't know much about the movie that they were referencing, and I never bothered to look into it until, I guess, a few years ago when, again, we were doing like a kind of movie gangbang kind of thing, and we ended up deciding to watch this and discovered, holy crap, Phantoms is actually really good. No joke. It is like a hidden gem. It is a modern classic that everyone needs to see because it is so good. If you like Supernatural and things like that, you would have no reason not to love Phantoms. It is so good. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. When I was watching, I was just like, this is really good. How did this slip through the cracks? What happened here? So yeah, saw this in the 12 movie set, which also comes with The Faculty, which I fully intend on getting on Blu-ray at some point, but just haven't gotten around to. And The Prophecy, which I thought about getting on Blu-ray, but it's in that like multi-film set with all the Prophecy movies, and it's just apparently a really, really, really bad transfer. So if that's the case, might as well just have it on DVD. I was also told by Skinslip that Fortress here is very good. I'm not a huge fan of Equilibrium, but it's okay. It's a pretty good movie. The others I'm not too interested in. I guess I would like to see Daniel Craig Renaissance. It's probably not a very good movie, but the rest, not too terribly great. But I have to say, for one of these 12 film packs, which most of them are terrible usually, like whenever you get a 12 movie pack like this, It's usually like 90% crap, right? If there's even any gold nugget at all in it, right? But there are a few pretty shiny nuggets in here. I would say silver nuggets. This one to me is a gold nugget right here. And then you got silver, silver, silver. According to Skinslip, silver. The rest are probably pretty crap. But I mean, there's a chance that they're not. There's a chance that there might be a few in here that are actually halfway decent. And again, I paid $5 for this. Not a bad price, especially considering how difficult it is to find Phantoms. So if you still don't have Phantoms in your collection and you do want it in your collection, or you want to check it out on my recommendation, I recommend getting this particular set simply because it's probably the cheapest and easiest way to get it. I need to make that a saying now. Cheapiest. Next up, this one came from Amazon, and it took a long freaking time. Amazon, when it comes to price matching Best Buy, which I love when they do because that means I don't have to shop at Best Buy. There's nothing too terribly wrong with Best Buy. I just don't have one in my neighborhood, and basically, if you don't go to the store, you miss out on a lot of sales because they don't have the free shipping. Well, they do after like $35, but otherwise you're screwed. And it's really hard to find enough titles that you want to get up to that $35 price range. So I almost never buy anything off of Best Buy anymore. I'm always waiting for any deals that I want from Best Buy to pop up on Amazon. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it does happen. Usually lately, in fact, when it does happen, it happens like either several days after Best Buy's sale or like a week after the sale was even active. And in this case, I think it was like a week after it had gone active. And within 6 hours, like, I had no idea because obviously like a week had gone by, so I had no idea that it was even going to go on sale. I thought, well, I guess I just missed that one, right? But no, they decided to actually put it on sale, and I woke up and saw that it had been on sale for the same price as Best Buy on Amazon, that Amazon had price matched Best Buy about 6 hours ago. So immediately I go over to Amazon, and what do you know? It's been 6 hours, just 6 hours, and it is sold out, and they're like completely out of stock, and they're not getting it in for a while. Of course, anytime something halfway decent goes down to a halfway decent price on Amazon, rush! Get it all, get it all, get it all! It's like, oh my god. It just drives me nuts because you basically have to be there when it happens, somehow magically, mystically know exactly when it happens, and get it the second that it happens, or you're screwed. It's just annoying. But the really annoying, like the especially annoying part about this is that I decided to screw it. This is something I've been wanting in my collection for a long time. I'm going to wait for it to come back into stock, because usually it takes them like maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks for a title to come back in stock. This one took fully like 3, maybe even 4 freaking weeks. It took so ridiculously long. No, it was 3. It was a total of 3 weeks that I had to wait for them to actually get this back into stock. And I'm just like, why is it taking so freaking long? It never takes this long. What is going on? I thought I was getting really anxious about the possibility that it was just out of stock forever and never coming back in stock and, out of print. It was like, you're kidding me. I missed out on the last opportunity to get this title before it bumped up in price to astronomical prices. That would have driven me nuts. So thankfully it came back into stock, and I finally picked up Capote here for $5.99. Great deal, but again, a lot of annoyance to have to go through with the long wait and not being able to get it from Best Buy because I couldn't find enough that I wanted to pay $35 for whatever in order to get the free shipping and yeah, all that nonsense. Oh no, the tough life of the Blu-ray collector. Oh, yes, I know. I know. The world's tiniest violin, I know. But this is a great, great movie from Philip Seymour Hoffman. Probably one of his best films, if not his best film. This is, I think, the one that really put him on the map. And it's definitely one of the best movies I've ever seen, I think. And it's been a long time since I've seen it. I need to go back and actually watch it again. So, yes, I can't wait to finally check this out again. But I am really sad that Philip Seymour Hoffman is no longer with us because he was such a great actor and he was doing so many great things. And he was still a working actor, you know? He was still giving us fantastic roles, fantastic performances, day in, day out. And it just sucks that he's gone now. It's especially sad the way he went because it's like another great actor taken from us in his prime by fucking drugs. Just, you know. But anyways, great movie and very sad that Philip Seymour Hoffman is no longer with us, but very happy to finally have this in my collection after all that rambling I did. Now, another movie here that I got from Amazon, which went out of stock. The second went, well, I wouldn't say the second that it went down in price, but very shortly after it went down in price, after they price matched Best Buy, would be Garden State. And this is another one that I've been trying to get in my collection for quite some time. I believe I had the DVD for a while, but I've been wanting the Blu-ray because, well, it's on Blu-ray. But the Blu-ray has been a little bit too expensive for my taste. It's been like between $10 and $15 typically. So when I saw it drop down to $5.99, I'm like, well, yeah, that's a no-brainer right there. That is a fantastic price for a really good movie that I don't feel like many people talk about anymore. But it was definitely a great romantic comedy during an era where there was a lot of like prototypical romantic comedies, and this was a little bit more offbeat, a little bit more different, and it came before we started to see a glut of the offbeat romantic comedies, you know what I mean? So it might even be like a precursor to that kind of that little bit of a, I would say, a mini movement in film where people or directors and started making a lot more romantic comedies, rom-coms, specifically aimed at being offbeat, sold as being offbeat, whereas this one actually was its own kind of thing, and it worked really well, and I really loved it. So, yes, glad to finally have this for such a good price, and unlike Capote, it didn't take 3 weeks after it went out of stock to arrive. It actually only took 1 week, so not too bad. Last from Amazon here, I decided to pick up Being There, which dropped down below $20 on their service, which is a very rare occurrence. Most people know that, but if you didn't know that, if you weren't aware, it is very rare for a Criterion title to drop below $20 anywhere. So when it does, you kind of got to jump on it. In this particular case of Being There, I have never seen it, but I've heard so many great things about it, and it's just like, it seems to me a no-brainer because it's one that I've been wanting to see really badly for a long time. So to be able to get it from Criterion and to get a really good price on the Criterion, that's, again, a no-brainer that I had to take advantage of. And this one now has actually dropped even more. I believe it is still, right now, really low price on Amazon, like $17 and something. I got it for a little bit more than that. I think I got it for like 19 bucks and something, so I could have waited a little bit longer and saved a few more bucks, but whatever. It's just an even better price now, and you're a fool if you don't get it now, you know what I mean? Because it's such a great price. Even during the Criterion sale, it will not be that price. This is lower than that price, so yes, very cool, great film. I mean, it's in the Criterion Collection, chances are it's a really good film, but also it's just a classic. It's one that people refer to as a classic film, so yes. And I've had friends, of course, tell me that it's just an absolute must. So, very happy to get this in my collection. Can't wait to see what it's all about. Good stuff. Next, we have 3 titles from Mercari. The first being The Incredibles, which I picked up for $10, which is a really good price because this is one of those Pixar films that never drops in price. I keep looking for it. It's like one of the last ones that I needed for my collection, for my Pixar collection in particular, and go figure, it's the one that, for whatever reason, just never drops in value, never drops in price. It's always like $15 or more, even used, and it just drives me nuts. So when I saw it on Mercari for $10, I was just like, yep, doing that one. That's a yes. I tried at first to get it for a little bit less. I asked if they'd make me a deal. They said nope, and I was just like, screw it, I'll take it for 10. That's a good deal, whatever. So yeah, very happy to have gotten this for a pretty good price. Maybe not the best price ever. I always like it when I can get Disney for less than $10, but in this case, with this particular movie, so hard to find it for a better price than $10 anyways, so yeah, gotta take what you can get there. I also got Hobo with a shotgun here for $7 shipped. Really, really good deal there. This is a fantastic, what do they call it? Grindhouse kind of film, but I feel like it's a grindhouse comedy, if you will. So, yeah, really good stuff starring Rutger Hauer, of course. It's kind of crazy, kind of out there, but my kind of crazy, my kind of out there. I enjoy it for what it is, and yeah, it's been a while since I've actually seen it, so definitely wanted to get this in my collection just so I could see it again, and also because it's just not one that I come across very often, not one that I come across for a very good deal very often, so whenever you can get a good deal on this one, you gotta just jump at it, and that's exactly what it did in this case. $7, fantastic deal. Magnet release, Blu-rays. Just sometimes you can get a good deal on them, but usually they're gonna cost you at least $8 to $10 at least. So yeah, $7, not bad. Next up, I got another movie. I think the last video I did, I talked about getting Das Boot. On Ryan's recommendation, Ryan Chataway's recommendation. Here's another movie I got on his recommendation, Bridge of Spies. He showed his pickup of this shortly after it came out during a Saturday Night Insanity episode, and I didn't even realize that Steven Spielberg had done this movie, and I'm a Steven Spielberg fanboy, so I was like, what? I guess you can't say I'm really a fanboy if I didn't know he did a movie, but I'm definitely a huge fan of Steven Spielberg is what I would say. I love his work so much. So the second he said that, I was like, okay, definitely got to see this one. And according to him, it's a really good movie, needs to be seen, so yeah, definitely couldn't wait to see this, and it's one of those titles that just, again, was not dropping in price, but it's a fairly new title. I think it was 2016, 2017, somewhere thereabouts. So, because it's a fairly new title, it's going to be harder to find for a really good price. Thankfully, it finally dropped to a price that I was willing to pay. Got it for $8 shipped off of Mercari. Very happy about that. And yeah, it came with the slipcover. So, good. Great stuff. Very happy there. And that is all the stuff that I picked up from eBay, Amazon, and Mercari. Pretty good stuff if I do say so myself. 3 Blu-rays from Amazon, 3 Blu-rays from Mercari, and 1 DVD from eBay. And yes, even though I buy a lot of things, I'm a cheapskate, so one title there was $10. Everything else, or no, being there was $19. So yes, there was some stuff that cost a little bit more than I would usually pay, but for good reason. I explained those reasons, but the point I'm trying to get across here is I usually buy things that are very, 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 very cheap, and that's why I buy so many things, and that's why I have so many things to show you usually. So, yeah, and they're usually good things that are cheap, so that helps. Anyways, that'll do it for me today. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.